Hey music junkies, Professor of Rock always here to celebrate the greatest artists and the greatest songs of all time. If you're passionate about all things music, you're going to want to subscribe below. Also, if you want to help us continue to curate the history of these artists and their incredible songs, click on our Patreon link in the description as well. It really helps us. So it's time for another episode of Number One in Our Hearts, where we celebrate a song that should have been a number one hit, but for various reasons, it came up short. Now, in the 80s, quite a few new wave bands that hit the top spot on the charts. There was Duran Duran, Berlin, The Human League, Aha, Blondie, Culture Club, a few others. But how The Cure never did is a head-scratcher. I mean, they created so many luscious and hook-laden classics, it was disarming. Songs like In Between Days, the LoveCats, Boys Don't Cry, the Catipillar, Let's Go to Bed, and of course, Just Like Heaven, which in my opinion is a perfect pop song. It's flawless, consummate, quintessential, unmitigated, out and out, absolutely no doubt about it, perfection. It's the equivalent of musical heroin. Robert Smith created so many hooks, so many enthralling melodies in this song, it's virtually impossible for the human ear to reject it. I mean, even most of the jocks at my school who called me every name in the book for my love of new wave always said, The Cure sucks, but that Heaven song's cool. This, of course, made me and my friends yearn to hate it, but we couldn't because it's just ecstasy. Now, believe it or not, Just Like Heaven barely charted on the Billboard Hot 100. It peaked at number 40 in '88. Charted a bit higher in the UK at 29, but by industry standards, the song could be deemed a stiff or a mid-chart single at best. Just Like Heaven wasn't even the highest charting song for The Cure. Both Love Song and Friday I'm in Love charted higher on the Hot 100, number 2 and number 18 respectively. Robert Smith, the charmingly peculiar leader of The Cure, wrote Just Like Heaven, and after he completed the lyrics, he felt a deep sense of fulfillment. He told his bandmates, I'll never write something this good again. The song's lyrics were inspired by a trip that Robert took with his future wife Mary to a beach in southern England. It's the story of two lovers on a romantic getaway, describing the exhilaration of feeling the rapture of being head over heels in love. Perfectly captured. Unlike most of The Cure's music, Just Like Heaven isn't dark and moody. It's actually wonderfully exuberant and carefree, but still quite unorthodox. That's what makes Robert Smith such a fascinating artist. He writes an enduring love song with a catchy lyric and melody and avoids formulaic conventionalism. I think that maybe that's why the song didn't chart higher. It's anything but conventional. I mean, think about it. Usually a song this addicting, this catchy, it becomes really old after you hear it about 100 times. A lot of ear candy gives you cavities. Not this song. Every time I've listened to it, it seems more brilliant than the time before. Robert Smith is this world's foremost goth poet. His otherworldly lyrics flow so effortlessly with his melodies, it's always transfixing to the listener. The structure of the song is quite extraordinary. The song has a long 50-second instrumental intro, no profound chorus, 2 instant issues with top 40 radio programmers of the day. And then there's Robert's bizarre vocal resonance, which is another quality that makes The Cure utterly compelling. But it was perhaps too challenging for the rigidly trained ears of a radio programmer to accept, I guess. Regardless of its final ranking on the music charts, though, it's why the song, didn't get its due for the mainstream radio industry, but Just Like Heaven is number one in our hearts, for sure. I mean, from Boris Williams' rapid tom snare and crash intro to Simon Gallup's galloping bass to the beautiful droning guitar, I mean, you're off to the races right off the bat. And then there's the opening lyric, just completely enchanting. Show me, show me, show me how you do that trick, the one that makes me scream, she said. That line sets the stage for this whimsical, romantic frolic, if you will.
Show me, show me, show me how you do that trick, the one that makes me scream, she said, the one that makes me laugh.
Robert Smith's heart-melting vocals, Pearl Thompson, by the way, changed his name from Pearl to Pearl. His guitar riffs, incredible. And it's brilliantly mixed by famed recording engineer Bob Clearmountain. And maybe my favorite part of the song, the piano parts, masterfully played by longtime Cure keyboardist Lowell Tolhurst. The piano parts are perhaps really the real hook to Just Like Heaven, entering into the song's structure in the second verse and becoming the centerpiece of a magical instrumental bridge. I also love the way the piano melody underscores the repeated lyric, "I'll run away with you, I'll run away with you."
I promise that I'll run away with you. I'll run away with you.
Just Like Heaven was the third single from the Cure album Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Kiss Me, which really was an amazing record, full of some of the best songs by the Cure. Included Hot, 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 and the lead single from the album, which is Why Can't I Be You. Everybody rightly claims that the Cure's masterpiece is Disintegration, and I agree. But Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Kiss Me isn't far off that mark. It has so many classic songs, 1,000 Hours, Perfect Girl, such a great album track. Catch, this album is right up there. Apparently, the original title for Just Like Heaven was Shivers, because Robert Smith said the song was about getting excited, hyperventilating, and then fainting. Robert recognized much later that the song structure of Just Like Heaven is similar to a late 70s tune by the Only Ones called Another Girl, Another Planet. Could have been in Robert's subconscious when he was working on the song. You be the judge. Because it is such a beloved tune, there are many covers of Just Like Heaven, including Robert Smith's personal favorite, the version by Dinosaur Jr., which has a faster tempo and a heavier, distorted interpretation. As one of the most influential bands of the rock era, trust me, we will be paying tribute to Robert Smith and The Cure in the future and celebrate their amazing discography. But in this episode, Just Like Heaven gets the spotlight for being number one in our hearts.
Lost and lonely, you, just like heaven.
By the way, the week Just Like Heaven peaked at number 40. The top 5 songs on the Billboard charts were So Emotional, Whitney Houston, Got My Mind Set on You, George Harrison, Faith by George Michael, Is This Love by Whitesnake, and The Way You Make Me Feel by Michael Jackson. The last 3 songs in the top 40 that week were True Faith by New Order, Push It by Salt and Pepper, and The Cure. Yeah, the 80s ruled. To hear Just Like Heaven and all its covers, click on the curated playlist below. To get this on vinyl, click on our Amazon link. If you like our content, subscribe to our channel and hit us up on Patreon. Your support goes a long way. Help us keep the music alive. Until next time, 3 chords and the truth, my friends.